Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is getting crazy. We're going to be talking about this news story here in a moment. Mexico's second richest man reveals 10% of his liquid assets are in Bitcoin. This is a story that's going to get overlooked. Not enough people are going to be talking about this, but there's some key fundamentals that you want to understand when you see a news story like this. So I'm going to be talking about it on this video. There's actually 3 different news stories I'm going to cover. Crazy things are happening right now. It's a fun time to be in Bitcoin. The market's starting to wake up. Bitcoin crossed over $18,000. That's not where it's at right now. It's pulled back a little bit. We're going to see a lot of volatility in this market right now. Expect that. I absolutely expect that. I've been thinking about doing kind of a video on my cryptocurrency investing, my Bitcoin investing strategy going into 2021, particularly with a raging bull market coming up. And I foresee that we're going to have a lot of volatility also in 2021. If that's a video that you want to see, go down in the comments and just, put in their crypto investing strategy or Bitcoin investing strategy down in the comments. And I will, if I see enough people putting that in there, then I'll know that it's something that you want to hear about, and I'll make a video on that. Today, and I'll share with you a couple of tips at the end, but things just to be aware of in general without going into any details on my specific strategy. But I want to talk about this for a moment. We're going to talk about Bitcoin shooting past $18,000 for the first time, some of the significance behind that. Of course, we're going to cover this news story here, which I think is incredibly important from a fundamental factor of cryptocurrency. And I want to talk about why Bitcoin is still a better investment than stable coins. And I think this is an incredible news story as well that I don't think is going to get covered from the proper angle if anyone else is talking about it. Chances are nobody's going to talk about it because very few people always focus on price. They don't focus on the fundamentals. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Here on this channel, I believe in the fundamental technology behind cryptocurrency. Yes, the name of the channel is Crypto Wealth because I believe that without question, you can become financially wealthy by being aware of this technology early. I think we're at the front of an enormous trend that is on the way. And I believe this technology is going to change the world. And if you agree with that, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification icon. And if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. Let's get on it. All right, let's talk about this. Bitcoin shoots past $18,000 for the first time since December of 2017. The price of Bitcoin was trading about 8.6% higher Wednesday morning at $18,172, breaching a level it hasn't hit since December 20th of 2017. Bitcoin is now creeping up towards the all-time high it posted in a late 2017 rally that saw the values of several cryptocurrencies surge. Crypto fans claim that things are different this time, cheering big moves in the industry from the likes of Fidelity, Square, and PayPal. Bitcoin just climbed past $18,000 for the first time since December 2017, extending a wild run for the cryptocurrency this year. The price of Bitcoin was trading 8.6% higher Wednesday morning at $18,172, breaching a level it hasn't hit since December 2017, according to data from the industry site CoinDesk. Bitcoin has been on a tear in 2020, skyrocketing over 150% in a jump crypto enthusiasts have accredited to unprecedented monetary and fiscal stimulus in response to the COVID crisis, as well as interest from big-name investors such as Paul Tudor Jones and Stephen Druckenmiller, which I talked about on this channel. It's now creeping up towards the all-time high of $19,783, which is the all-time high. So let's go hit that $20,000. Let's get it done, which it posted in late 2017 rally that saw the values of several cryptocurrencies surge. After hitting that milestone, the bubble burst and Bitcoin plummeted to as low as $3,122 the following year. But many crypto fans claim that things are different this time. They cheered big moves in the industry from the likes of Fidelity Investments, Square, and PayPal. PayPal recently started letting its users buy, hold, and sell virtual currencies. The payment giant is set to enable shopping with crypto early next year. Bitcoin's market value, which is calculated by multiplying the total number of Bitcoins in circulation by the price, now stands at $337 billion, higher than the $331 billion it hit in December 2017, according to market cap data. Bitcoin's market cap is now higher despite the crypto asset being worth slightly less because there are more Bitcoins in the system than there were in 2017. The supply has expanded by roughly 10.75% since its last record. The total number of Bitcoins that will ever be produced is capped at 21 million. The cryptocurrency underwent a key technical event in the spring known as halving, which saw the amount of Bitcoins rewarded to the so-called miners which saw the amount of Bitcoins rewarded the so-called miners who add Bitcoin transaction to his public ledger get cut in half. Okay, I wanted to read these last two sentences, even though they're very fundamental, because I think it's interesting. By the way, if you didn't notice, this is a strong fundamental fact. This news story about cryptocurrency is getting covered on CNBC. This isn't from CoinDesk or Cointelegraph. This is CNBC. When you start seeing that, that's a sure sign that we're in a bull market. And it's also good for awareness because people are going to start paying attention again to cryptocurrency. And granted, most people pay attention because they want to make money in crypto. But once they pay attention, it gets their interest up. They can't help but learning. And I love that they're basically educating people down here exactly what is CoinMarketCap and how that works. And they're explaining the halvening. That's really awesome. The more interesting thing here to me, really and truly, is that they cover this thing on CNBC. Again, that's something most people wouldn't pay attention to, but that is incredible. And I want to tell you that obviously crypto's pulled back from 18,000 right now. I think we just showed it. It's at 17,600. So it's pulled back quite a bit. Expect volatility. I mean, this is the price. It's not going to keep going up like that. Expect to see that volatility. Let's see what the 1 day shows. See that pullback there? Expect to see that sort of volatility, and it's going to continue. I mean, back in 2017? 2000 and was it 17 that was just talking about all-time highs? Anyway, whenever we hit all-time highs, heck, I can't remember now, 2017, 2018. I mean, we were seeing days where Bitcoin would move 10% in a day, and nobody flinched. It's just 10% up, 10% down, and nobody even flinched. So you just have to be aware of that, and you have to be mindful of that particularly when you're buying cryptocurrency. And I absolutely hate having to make that buying decision because I think so many people make a mistake there. I want to talk about this news story next. This one's even shorter. Mexico's second richest man reveals 10% of his liquid assets are in Bitcoin. This story is so telling. I'm going to share this story with you. We're going to hit on this point right here, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips that I use when it comes into investing in Bitcoin right now, particularly in a volatile market. Mexico's second richest man reveals 10% of his liquid assets are in Bitcoin. Hey, if you would put 10% of your liquid assets in Bitcoin, if you're a billionaire, do me a favor. Go down and smash that like button. Mexican billionaire Ricardo, however you say that, just declared 10% of his portfolio is now tied up in Bitcoin. Announced in a tweet on Wednesday, Mexico's second wealthiest man responded to questions that many people ask him about Bitcoin, saying, "Yes, I have 10% of my liquid portfolio invested." Bitcoin protects a citizen from government expropriation. Peligo, however you say that, he added as he recommended El Patron Bitcoin, a book that is the best and most important to understand Bitcoin. These are his quotes. That's incredible. You got a billionaire saying that. You got a billionaire saying, "Hey, this gives you a chance to basically hedge against what the government's doing with their currencies." I mean, that is extraordinary, ladies and gentlemen. Like, people, average Joes miss this on the streets. And when you have a nugget drop like this from a billionaire who has a lot of money, listen, I've made a little bit of money in my life, and I made a little bit more money in my life. And despite popular belief, 10%, when you have a little bit more, it's not easier because you have people are like, oh, 10% of his net worth is no big deal. He's got a lot of money. Yeah, but his 10%, that number is a lot bigger. You're very aware of that when you have a little more money. I remember getting out of college, getting a good job, and all of a sudden, so I tithe to the church, the whole 9 yards. I promise you that 10%, people are like, oh, I don't got money to tithe. I'm not going to tithe. That 10% was a lot more money when I got out of college and got a job and started my profession at the time. So when he says he's got 10% of his net worth in Bitcoin, and he says he has it basically because it protects the government. He's in Mexico, so their government's less stable. Their fiat currency is less stable. So when he says that, and you can imagine he's probably got assets throughout, Central America and South America potentially. So when you hear about that, and he's like, "Hey, this is a hedge against the government and their decisions, their financial decisions," that's extraordinary. The other 90% of his investments are tied up in precious metal miners. The billionaire explained in a reply to Dan Held, the Kraken crypto exchange gross lead. Okay. Latin American countries, namely Venezuela, has been plagued by hyperinflation in recent years, leading to a situation reminiscent of Germany's 1920 hyperinflation in the Weimar Republic. If you're not familiar with this, you should Google it. If you've never seen the famous picture, it's a guy carrying literally a wheelbarrow full of money, and he's going to buy a loaf of bread. The money was devaluing by some crazy percent, 25%, 15%, 50% per day back then, per day, because the government had printed too much money. They just kept printing it until it was basically worthless. Investors looking to protect themselves from government expropriation, inflation have historically turned to alternative assets like gold to hedge against fiat currency devaluation. Now, Bitcoin looks to be increasingly finding a place as a digital alternative. Hours before posting his Bitcoin tweet, the Mexican billionaire had posted another tweet decrying government-issued fiat as being worth nothing and noting that it's always good to diversify one's investments. That's incredible, ladies and gentlemen. That is incredible. This guy has stakes in telecommunications, media, financial services, and retail stores per Wikipedia. Financial services. So he's clearly in the financial industry, and he's making these decisions. It's just like a buddy of mine I know who's a financial advisor. He's got clients buying mutual funds and buying stocks, and he refuses to invest in the traditional stock market. That just makes a statement. You don't have to agree with it, but it makes a statement. This is incredible. So what do we got here? We got a very wealthy man who's worried about losing money through inflation, so he puts part of it in Bitcoin, 10% in Bitcoin, and he knows something about the financial industry because he has companies in the financial industry. I mean, success leaves clues, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like if you watch this and you're not at least considering buying Bitcoin, dollar cost averaging, learning how to earn some passive income with cryptocurrency, I don't know. I don't know. I guess people's brains just think differently. Not financial advice. I want to step on this one real quick, and then I'll kind of talk about my thoughts. Why Bitcoin is still a better investment than stablecoins. Stablecoins are relatively less volatile because they are pinned to a specific dollar value. They provide a crucial bridge between cryptocurrency and fiat currencies by offering decentralized benefits and symmetry in pricing. However, there is still no clear way to make money in stablecoins other than through transaction fees. Bitcoin, on the other hand, offers investors an opportunity to benefit as the price of cryptocurrency rises. So, and then of course it shows this chart. And I don't have to go through this. I will tell you, stablecoins, if you're taking profits right now, people that are just holding Bitcoin, there's nothing wrong with taking a little bit of profit. And sometimes the best way to do that is to switch over to a stablecoin. Or switch over to something like Ethereum if you believe that Ethereum is going to typically when Bitcoin goes up, other altcoins go down. And then at some point there's a market shift. And what you'll see is this Bitcoin dominance shift as well. Let's see, come back over here. So Bitcoin dominance is really high at 65% right now. So you can see that it's ticked up way up. And as you notice, Bitcoin dominance drops over here. When that happens, typically you see price of altcoins go up. And right here, typically, when you see this happen, probably the price of altcoins went up. And it's continued to go up. So we're probably going to see another pullback at some point. And when we do, altcoins may go up again. So you got a couple of strategies. One is you can switch over to a stable coin to lock in some profits, or you can buy some of your favorite altcoin. Heck, I even bought some CRO yesterday because the price of CRO tokens are very, very inexpensive right now. So, and you can do, and Bitcoin's up, so you can take, that valuable Bitcoin and buy some of your cheaper altcoins, at least a little bit, to kind of sort of try to take some profits off the table. Or you can go into a stable coin to take some profits off the table. But to this article's point, a stable coin is just a stable coin. What's the opportunity there? So I just want to give a shout out to Base Protocol. I did a video on that protocol, and I did a full interview with their CEO. What their whole goal is, they want their cryptocurrency to peg. It's a rebasing, kind of like Ampleforth. They want that whole cryptocurrency to peg to the market cap. Now, here's what's crazy. At this rate, their coins, which is supposed to get released, I think, the end of this month, it's going to be getting released at like 40+%. I mean, it's going to rebase to around 49 cents right now. I got that thing at 31, 33 cents on a pre-sale. If you want to find out how I got access to pre-sale tokens that cheap, make sure you subscribe to the channel. watch the video. I'll put it towards the top where it kind of gives you kind of a preview of our cryptocurrency passive profits course. I'll put that video above. You can watch it. But I mean, Base Protocol, what they're looking to do is incredible. It's basically being able to own an asset which should peg to the value of the market cap. So as the market cap goes up, in theory, if the project is successful, it's kind of like having an S&P 500 index fund of the market cap of cryptocurrency, the total market cap. So it's not just about, so in other words, as adoption occurs, Bitcoin may go up, altcoins may go up, Bitcoin may go down, altcoins may, go up and down. I mean, they could have inverse relationships. They could go up together. But overall, the overall market cap as mass adoption occurs is going to go up. So I'm very interested to see what happens with Base Protocol and how they do. If you haven't seen that video with the I guess co-founder, then make certain that you watch that video. It's a pretty long interview, about an hour and a half, but it is highly insightful about what they're doing. So a quick shout out to them. So here's what you need to know. Cryptocurrency is going to be volatile. Make certain that your dollar cost averaging, and I have a specific strategy on, I talk about, I have a whole playlist on my channel talking about earning $100 per day in cryptocurrency. But ladies and gentlemen, it's easier to earn $100 a day when the price of Bitcoin is going up. I mean, without question. But here's what you have to be careful for. Even that $100 a day can drop when Bitcoin drops. We go back down to $10,000 in Bitcoin, then you're going to see an enormous drop on those passive income streams in USD value. But for me, it's not about the USD value. It's about finding a passive way to compound my earnings where I don't have to worry about buying more Bitcoin every day because I'm earning more Bitcoin every single day. Does that make sense? I'm earning Bitcoin every single day. And that's, for me, that's the name of the game. For me, that's the goal. And that's why I put together a whole cryptocurrency passive profits course, being able to do my best to share that knowledge and to create a community where we work together, in Discord. Obviously, it's a paid course, but it's about working together and to be able to help each other grow our passive income streams. And saying that, there is something I'm looking for. I'm looking for something online. What I really want to do is find something where you can share. There's got to be some sort of application or something out there where you can kind of share graphically, like my current Bitcoin holdings and just kind of have a fun way to share as we start stacking Bitcoin. Because, I believe everyone should own at least one Bitcoin. And the sooner you can do it, obviously at this point, the better. That's my belief. Not financial advice, of course, but that's my belief. But anyway, at the end of this video, I'll put my free preview of our Crypto Passive Profits course. You can take a look at that. I'll also put the video for earning $100 per day, my entire strategy for that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe in the future of cryptocurrency, do me a favor, smash that like button if you haven't done so already, and be sure to subscribe. I've got another video coming up. You're not going to want to miss it. And if you want to see my more specifics on my investment strategy going into 2021, leave a comment about that down below. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Remember, decentralized crypto equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.